Ever get that feeling like, you're meant for something bigger? Like there's this whole purpose of life thing you're supposed to be figuring out.
Yeah, like you've got a part to play, but you haven't quite read the script yet.
Exactly. Well, get ready to dive into that feeling. It's called swadharma.
Swadharma.
Yeah, it's like this ancient Sanskrit term. And we're unpacking a book by this author who honestly takes us on a wild ride.
Oh, how so?
We're talking quantum physics, Bollywood, even a little bit of Einstein, all in the pursuit of understanding this idea of swadharma.
Okay, color me intrigued. Where do we even begin with a deep dive like that?
Well, the author starts by setting the scene in a cafe. And not just any cafe, but one right below Einstein's old apartment.
Cafe Einstein. I've heard of it. Okay, that's kind of a fun fact, but what's the significance?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's not just a random detail. The author actually uses this setting, this very specific location, to launch into a discussion about quantum entanglement.
Ah, quantum entanglement. The thing Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance.
Yeah, I have to admit, spooky action at a distance definitely sounds like something I need explained.
All right, so imagine like 2 drops of water, right? But they're completely separate. And if you jiggle one, the other one moves too.
Okay.
As if they're connected by this like invisible string that's kind of like entanglement, these particles that are linked. So action on one instantly impacts the other, even across like vast distances.
Okay, I think I get it. It's like they're mirroring each other, even though they're not physically touching. So what does this have to do with finding our purpose? What does quantum physics have to do with swadharma?
Well, the author seems to be saying that just like those entangled particles, we're all interconnected.
We all have a twin drop of water somewhere.
Exactly. Our lives, our choices, even our struggles, they can have these ripple effects on the world around us. It's like we're all part of this massive invisible web.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going.
Yeah.
So it's not just about finding our own individual purpose then, but also recognizing how we fit into this larger interconnected web.
Precisely. And this is where the author introduces swadharma, which they say is different from this whole ikigai thing. You know, that Venn diagram with passion, mission, vocation, profession, all that.
Oh yeah, I've spent some time staring at that Venn diagram, trying to will myself into the center.
Right. Well, the author thinks ikigai is a little too simplistic, a little too focused on external factors. They argue that swadharma is about something deeper, a more like internal alignment with your unique role in the universe.
So it's less about checking off boxes and more about tapping into something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And the author doesn't shy away from getting personal about their own search for swadharma. They even share this story, right, about a friend who called them the guinea pig that has to go through experiences so that others can learn from them.
Wait, they're comparing themselves to a guinea pig. That's one way to put it.
Right.
So how does this guinea pig find their swadharma?
Well, that's where their life takes this really interesting turn. The author's about to step onto the TEDx stage, but their personal life is, well, let's just say it's a bit of a mess.
Oh no, really? What kind of mess are we talking about?
We're talking alcohol, a bad breakup, and a whole lot of self-doubt.
So, not exactly the picture of inner peace and purpose we might expect. So we left off with the author, like backstage at a TEDx talk, totally overwhelmed.
Yeah, like a recipe for disaster, right?
Totally. Nursing a broken heart, doubting everything.
And on top of it all, their ex is there trying to, like, sabotage the whole thing.
Oh, no, you're kidding. Okay, but they still managed to give the talk, right?
Did.
They didn't just, like, walk off stage.
No, they pulled it together. And that's what's so interesting about this whole thing. They tap into something during that talk, you know?
Like, all that internal chaos fueled their message.
Exactly. Because if we remember, their talk was about, like, the flaws in our education system.
Right. And how stories have this incredible power to shape our beliefs.
Yes. And even though they were, like, falling apart inside, their story connected with millions.
Wow. So this TEDx talk, the one they almost didn't give, goes viral.
It does. Wild, right?
Yeah. Talk about a mixed bag of emotions, though. On one hand, outward validation, the sense that, like, your message is making a difference.
Right.
But on the other hand, you're still grappling with all this, like, internal stuff.
It's that gap between how we appear to the world and what's really going on inside.
So what happens next? Where do you go from there?
Well, that's when the author takes this, like, totally unexpected turn.
What do you mean?
They're grappling with this newfound fame, feeling lost, needing answers, and they wind up at a monastery.
Hold on. A monastery, that's not where I saw this going at all.
Right. It's a pretty radical shift. from TEDx stages to, like, meditation cushions,
So they traded in the applause for, like, chanting and incense.
basically. They
Yeah.
were searching for something, a deeper understanding of themselves, I think.
So monasteries are the new self-help gurus.
In this case, it seems like it.
So last we checked, our author was trading in the whole TEDx whirlwind for, like, the peace and quiet of a monastery.
Yeah, it's like they went from, like, zero to monk in record time.
Right, like a complete 180. But I guess it makes sense in a way, right? They were looking for answers, trying to figure out their place and everything.
Exactly. Remember how we were talking about that idea of Swadharma before? This internal alignment, this feeling of being in the right place?
Right, right. So the monastery was, like, part of that search.
It seems like it. They had the external success, the viral TEDx talk,
Yeah.
but it sounds like it didn't quite translate to that inner feeling of, like, fulfillment.
Yeah, that makes sense. But where does the whole crypto thing fit into all of this? We've gone from quantum entanglement to monasteries and now crypto.
And that's what makes this book so fascinating. The author isn't just jumping between random ideas. They actually connect the dots in a way that really makes you think.
Okay, so connect the dots for me. How do monasteries and crypto go together?
Think about it this way. Both spirituality and crypto kind of require a certain leap of faith, right?
The leap of faith. Okay.
In spirituality, you're putting your trust in something bigger than yourself, something you can't see or fully grasp. And with crypto, you're putting your faith in this decentralized system, right? This technology that operates outside of, like, traditional structures.
Okay, I see what you mean. So both require you to, like, step outside of your comfort zone, embrace a certain level of uncertainty.
Exactly. And both have this incredible potential to be transformative. Like, spirituality can lead to a deeper understanding of, yourself and your place in the world. And crypto, well, it could totally revolutionize the way we think about, like, finance, technology, even community.
Okay, I'm starting to see how they tie together now. But how does this all connect back to our big idea to Swadharma?
Well, think back to what the author said about finding your Swadharma. It's not just about what you do, but how you feel within yourself.
Right.
It's about aligning with your unique purpose.
Right, like that feeling of being in the right place, doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it seems like the author's experiences with, spirituality, with crypto, they were all a part of that journey, a journey of, like, exploring different parts of themselves and the world around them.
It's like they're saying that finding your purpose isn't always the straightforward path. There can be detours, wrong turns, unexpected discoveries along the way.
And sometimes those detours, those unexpected experiences are exactly what you need to, like, really figure things out.
It makes you wonder, what kind of story are you living in right now? One that feels, authentic, one that feels aligned with your own sense of purpose. Something to think about. This has been a fascinating deep dive. I'm definitely going to be thinking about this for a while.
Me too. And who knows? Maybe we'll all be joining a monastery and investing in crypto by next week.
Maybe, maybe. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. It's been a thought-provoking one for sure. Until next time.